And then you finish.
Turns out my caca face and my jizz face are very similar.
Oh,
that's
Jesus
unfortunate.
Christ.
That's unfortunate for Dana.
Sorry, Dana.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's like,
I
you
want
like that?
you to know.
You like that? I'm like,
Because I'm editing. That's what's going to open the show.
hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Comix. This is episode 71. And today we have a whole lot of things to talk about. And so first, among the people that I will be discussing those with is...
What's going on, everybody? It's Esteban.
Hi, it's Ash.
And I'm Carmen.
And he brings the funny. So we are the podcast that we try to have conversations. We have things on a docket. We actually do prepare. As you can see, you cannot see on my phone, but we have notes, and we very rarely stick to those notes because we always come up to a conversation. As such, we are very open to conversation from you guys. We do upload on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. Please send us a comment, rating, review. Let us know what you're thinking, or if you disagree with the thought of one of us, let us know, and we'll talk about it. We'll give you a shout out on the following episode. So the business out of the way, we wanted to get into the first topic of Star Wars news. This is a rumor. Carmen, as one of the designated Star Wars experts of the show,
search your feelings, you know it to be true.
Qui-Gon Jinn may be in the Kenobi series. What do you think the likelihood is of that?
I would like to see it. I'm not gonna lie. I would love to see it. The likelihood, probably maybe like in a flashback or like, kind of like that. I think that's what's gonna happen. But if we're gonna do that, then we gotta bring Mace Windu.
Mace ain't the one that'll pay for your phone. Mace be the one that'll take you home.
As well. I would love to see him, but I'm excited to see Qui-Gon Jinn. So I'm gonna say it will happen in a flashback.
So it is happening.
How they can see the Jedi holograms.
Yeah.
Oh, that yeah, because you wouldn't really be able to see his age, I guess, through that. Like it would just be. Esteban, what are your thoughts on it?
I'm excited. I like Liam Neeson as an actor. So I agree with Carmen that he is going to show up in Kenobi, but I have a feeling it's going to be more of a Force ghost, because I have a feeling that it's going to be. I have a feeling that he's going to have a hard time adjusting to the exile that he put himself in to pretty much watch over Luke. So I have a feeling he's going to have a hard time with that. And plus, I don't think they've stated that how many years into the future Kenobi's going to start off with. So
they haven't.
Yeah, so I highly doubt it's going to take place like immediately after Revenge of the Sith. I would anticipate we might even see a either adolescent or maybe even teenage Luke, maybe.
Maybe to tie in A New Hope. I was like,
maybe.
Do you think they mean old Ben? Like, so he clearly knows who it was. Like, yeah. Huh. What about you, Ash?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Liam Neeson, I mean, it's not like he wouldn't say no. I'm not saying it's like fucking I'm down. Just like, but I mean, he's a great actor, but it's not like he's hard to
get a hold of.
To get
What's funny?
I mean, did you text him last time? I mean, you said you were going to try to get him on the show. I mean,
I did, but it's hard because he still has a sidekick, so it's weird, and it still says sent. It's weird.
It's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing.
What's funny?
He hits me up on my MySpace. That's how fucking weird it is.
But you don't have a MySpace.
That's what I'm saying.
What's funny about what you said about Liam Neeson, about he's like, I'm sure he'd be down. Yeah, probably would be. There was, the 20 minutes before the movie starts at a movie theater, they have like random like facts about stuff. Fun fact about Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson's cock is so big, every horse ride turns into a joust.
The Phantom Menace was the first film ever that he agreed to without reading the script. When he saw it was Lucas and it was a Star Wars production, he said yes immediately. He didn't look at what role he was being asked for. Like, he just said, yeah. So that, to me, that says that he is a fan. So initially I was like, I don't know if he would come back. And I didn't see it, but then I remembered that and I'm like, you know what? It makes sense. Like,
how many, even if they're not named Taken, how many Taken movies has he done where it's all just Taken? Whatever it is, it's all
three and a six.
I mean, the premise, like, it's the same shit. It's all Taken.
How dare you? Yeah.
Right? Like fucking ex-CIA, ex-blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, bro, you're 70 and he can still kick my ass, but still, like, he's down. He's just,
yeah.
I'm sure he would be. And then, not to mention, there's a lot of people that wanted to see more of Qui-Gon when he died. Mm-hmm. Like, it was like, you know, like, you kind of, where did he come from, but where did, like, it just kind of came out of nowhere.
But the funny thing is that then it'll just never end, right? Because, like, the thing when they develop these great Star Wars characters, it's like you start to see a little bit, be like, I want to know more about him, and it's like, God damn it! And then there's like more prequels, like it just never, it'll never end. But I mean, I absolutely, like, I wanted to see more Qui-Gon. It's like,
dude, they might even fucking do, even though I don't know, did Timothy Oliphant die? They didn't really show it, right? So I mean, they could do a whole.
Okay, so you haven't seen the end of the Book of Boba Fett?
He obviously didn't.
No, obviously not. Obviously not.
Not all the whole thing. Like, you didn't wait for the credits and then like wait a little bit.
Thing. Thank you. That's good. See, but that's what I'm saying. Like, that's another character, a whole other spin-off of what happens. Free City?
Yeah.
No, that was
Freetown.
No.
Freetown.
Free Guy.
But what happens in Freetown? Like, they could do a whole other, but you know what I mean? Like, why? Fuck, if it's working, and two, as long as it's not Jar Jar gets a fucking series just to give somebody a series, it seems to be very interesting. Like fucking Mandalorian, fucking Boba Fett, like everybody's getting a fleshed out. Yes, because that sounded bad in my ear.
It sounds dirty, but
fleshed out, story. Fuck, what was he doing? We went from him having a fucking ponytail all the way to him old sitting on a rock, and then trying to get into the fucking trying to stand up. I still see this in the fucking Millennium Falcon when he looks like he's gonna get up and realizes, nope, I'm old, and he just sits back down. When they're hiding in the underneath panel, and it looks like he's gonna get up, and like, nope, it's the. I don't laugh because I have mad respect for him. It's just a funny, like me, if I tried to get up and I was too drunk, I'd be, nope, that's how I take it. But anyway, I say, why not? As long as it's not fucking Christmas with Ewoks, I'm fine.
I'd probably be done with that too, though.
That would be cool if they did an Ewok thing, because a lot of people didn't like them. What if they came up with a great story with Ewoks? Could be cool.
Oh, there it is. Next film. All right.
Take it out ATA with fucking tree. I almost said Utini. That's a whole different fucking race. I'm ready.
Yeah.
All right, hit record. I'm ready to go.
All right, here we go. And we have news that this is of no surprise to anybody. Netflix Marvel shows are coming to Disney Plus in Canada March 16th. So it's only fair to assume that we're going to have the rest of them coming over to Disney Plus as well.
Is there a parental block on Disney Plus?
No.
So fucking.
Well, I mean, there is.
One, right?
Well, there is, but there isn't. So it's like setting up the profiles for like kids or whatever. You can pick like the ratings of the movies, like they can only see stuff that's rated, G or PG or whatever, and it will not show any of the other films, but But yeah, and the only reason why I say to the whole thing, from what Luis was saying about them showing up, Logan is actually on Disney Plus in the UK. So, and it's been on there for over a year already. So that's why I'm just kind of like, maybe.
It's not here?
No, Logan is not on Disney Plus right now. It's on Disney Plus in the UK, but it's not on the Disney Plus here in the US.
That's strange.
So, yeah, but it's all right. I'll watch my digital copy.
That's a great fucking film. Did you guys see?
It's a great fucking film.
Yes, it is. Have you seen the? I think it was like an Instagram story of Logan of Hugh Jackman doing the voiceover work of the movie.
Oh, hell yeah. Yep.
And he's like wearing the headphones.
The headsets.
And he's doing the sound effects of like when he's
running,
clawing and running, and he's like, and it just sounds so like barbaric.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody know what I'm talking about?
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
God, so good. That guy's so talented.
What you said reminded of the movie Real Steel, or what the one?
Real Steel. Yeah.
Real Robot, whatever.
What's wrong with Real Steel?
I didn't see it.
It's not, but it's on the fucking trailer.
It's not bad. It's pretty good. It's a Disney film. All right, I'm alone. Fuck you guys.
I've never seen it. I'm sorry. Anyway, so it's just so good. I love it. All right, and moving
that
on.
Doctor Strange stuff does happen because, like, imagine fucking Chris Evans talking to Wolverine, or fucking him, Wolverine dealing with fucking Tom Holland. Hey, you Wolverine! Like all that little fucking banter would be fucking. Even for one movie.
I fucking Jackman did so much for Fox though. Like,
what if they continue it with the girl?
Oh, X-23?
She'd be older now, right?
X-23, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That would be cool because she is in the new Avengers, like the kids.
Yes.
And she's
Nice.
I was collecting it for a while, the all new Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
And she was even wearing the Wolverine costume.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And everything. So that'd be cool. I mean,
At least it's in story or canon.
Yeah. What's interesting about that though is like when the comic book fucking movement started, it was all like comics from the 70s and 80s that were hitting film. And like as early with Miles Morales was like, that was a 2005 comic. 2000, maybe not 5, a little later, maybe between 5 and 10. But it being that recent, and it's like, oh, it has its own movie. Because I remember that thing making headlines of like, Black Puerto Rican Spider-Man. And it's like, the fuck? That's not my Spider-Man. And then realize it has an actually compelling story with it. It's like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then with same with a lot of these other like the new Avengers. Instead of like redoing the same character over and over again, it's like, all right, well, these are this next generation of stuff, and like a lot of the Ultimate series was like the next generation of shit, which fun. Thank you,
But them
Bendis.
saying that was the last Avengers movie. Do you guys really think that's it?
Yes.
I would say so. I would say it's the last Avengers film.
Like that reiteration of that cast,
Bingo.
with that team, yeah.
That's the
so
Avengers.
not titled Avengers. That's just the last.
I mean, if they title it like the New Avengers or something, then that would be its own comic book line. But kind of like how if they have the Amazing Spider-Man and then they'll have the Spectacular Spider-Man, like so the Avengers. I see that being the end of its comic book arc, and then they have characters develop.
West Coast Avengers. There's no, for real, I'm not kidding. I'm like legit. I'm not kidding you.
The Chanel West Coast.
Yeah.
The Chanel.
Yeah. There's
over her lashes.
It's all Hulk outside of a limo, like West Side.
yeah. There's West Coast Avengers. There's the Defenders. There's fucking the Fantastic Four, as far as team ups and goes and stuff like that. So yeah, I can see that. But yes, I agree. The Avengers that's the last Avengers movie.
On that Marvel card, they had an Avengers as the Hulk, Spider-Man, Wolverine, and Ghost Rider. Do you remember that Marvel card?
That's actually the Fantastic Four. That's the new Fantastic Four.
No, well, in that card, it was the Avengers.
Oh, I see.
You got me street tripping, dude. I'm gonna have to look at that.
Yeah.
Go, keep going. I'm sorry, host.
Keep going. Keep going with the facts. All right, man.
You're the most sensitive Zangief I've ever met in my life. You West Coast
shit. Keep talking so I can interrupt you again. Since when are you from New York? In more news, we've got
in other news,
Matt Reeves, the director of the Batman that's coming out next week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he's please.
That creeped up on us. No, I didn't mean to review that. That really fucking creeped up on me.
I thought you had something else to hit me with.
I did. No, I really fucking.
I don't know if you saw that in my head, but I was like, somebody's about to say it.
Is Luis out cold? He's out for the night, son.
West Coast.
West Coast.
Oh Lord. So it comes out next week, and early reviews have come out from critics of the Batman in the UK that got leaked. And critics, not fans, not eager fans that are excited about the film, but critics are raving about it. They're saying that they're having really positive reviews, so much so that Matt Reeves is already in talks of filming the sequel. So that being said, I'm going to hit you with it first, Carmen. What are your thoughts on the new Batman film coming out? And part two of the question, how do you feel about Matt Reeves keeping the vibe of the current film, taking it in for part two?
As we've talked about previously, I'm excited for the movie just because it's a different Batman that we have seen before. It's more a detective style Batman, and I appreciate that. For all the previews that we've seen, all the ads, they look pretty sick. So I can understand like why the critics would say, this is a movie that they're raving about, because even prior to that, people that had the opportunity to see it, they were saying like, this is something that the public hasn't seen before, is going to be good. So just hearing that and knowing that whatever was leaked is going to have positive reviews, it pumps me up. But again, I don't want to be super pumped and then there's like just a little bit of like, oh, maybe it's not going to be that great. But I mean, I'm all for it. And let's do more. Why not? If they're already in talks of doing the second project, I like the cast. I didn't think I was going to be a fan of Rob Pattinson as Batman, but he's grown on me, so I'm open to it a lot. So let's do it. And Zoe, I mean, girl crush for sure.
I think she definitely plays that part well, from what I've seen in the trailer.
Right.
And I'm so in awe of the film. Like, I can't wait to see, because the trailer has done such a good job of giving you a taste of where the story is going to go, but giving you nothing. We have no real plot points of it. We just know certain little things that do happen, but it's super exciting. Ash, I gotta know, man. What are your thoughts?
I think it's gonna be good. Again, I'm always gonna attack this like it's gonna be fucking Dark Knight Rises. I'm just gonna take it for what it is, and it's gonna be amazing. I mean, it's hard because when we were dealing with like JLA, we were going somewhere. This is gonna be my Batman. This is gonna be my Superman. Like, with these kind of things, it's gonna be, that's Batman for that era or for that story, and it's gonna be whatever. It's gonna be good. Did you guys see the trailer little short that I sent?
Yes.
Looked great. it almost feels like a rogues gallery before
Mm-hmm.
the rogues gallery. It's just like they happen to fit in the story instead of No Way Home, where it's everybody versus him. It just happens to fit. Like maybe Penguin's just in for a sale of illegal firearms, or if it might just be that, or he's just in a chase, or you know what I mean, like
Arkham Knight-ish, where it's like this is a mission on the way to
especially since whatever the story is going to be, it can't be let's all work together to get this guy. Like, I don't even feel like Riddler is going to be handled in this movie. It's going to be the underlying thing throughout the entire, you know what I mean? Like, I might be completely wrong, but
it's the beautiful thing though. None of us know. Like, they've been so like quiet about, like, the one thing, and I'm sorry to, I know you're making another point, is the one thing that I didn't like about Batman vs Superman was, it's like we were already amped for the movie before it came out, and it's like, and here's Wonder Woman. It's like, oh, and then the final trailer, here's Doomsday, and we're like, what the fuck? Like, a lot of us were borderline upset. Like, why would you show us this? Like, you sold us at Batman and Superman are going to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, do you bleed? You know, I was like, oh my God, like, you know, I was fucking in. And then now you're showing us, oh, and here's the aces up our sleeve. Like, it's like, God, dude. And so then the movie is going through its
imagine the reverse of that. Imagine the reverse of Batman was seen as a villain until, like, instead of the Martha thing, it was like like Superman came to the realization that he actually is a good guy, and just reverse all of that. And then right when that happened, like fucking Doomsday just roared and then cut. But handle this fucking story and do fucking, or it doesn't even need to be called Batman versus Superman. That's such a fucking whack name.
But even if they did do that, even if they did have the movie the way that it was, but do you imagine how much more interesting that would be in the movie theater? Like, because when you're at a 2-hour runtime and you're like, Doomsday hasn't showed up yet, and I saw it in the trailer, and you know it's not it looks like they're going towards the end of the film, but like, you're like, no, I already know. I saw Wonder Woman in the trailer. Yeah. Where is she? And then she finally pops out. Oh, okay, we probably got another, like, and then you start doing that rationalization in your head, which I hate that I do. But it's like, that one scene in the trailer hasn't showed up yet, so it can't be over yet. Like, or you start piecing that together, and this film hasn't really done that.
But you know how he was branding people, and then he didn't kill him, but fucking Cartel killed him, or whoever killed him. Like, imagine Superman was seeing that as the villain, and like his Batmobile was full of lead, like just all happenstance kind of a thing, until like he finally caught Batman, and it was him saving a child, or it was him whatever, and it was like I don't know, do you get what I mean? I get what you're saying. They're just trying to fit in Dark Knight Returns into Batman versus, if they just tried to, and it just didn't work. But the reverse of that could have been awesome, like the final blow, and then fucking Wonder Woman was like, he's actually a good guy, this is what we have, and blah blah blah. Because she was with like the CIA and all that kind of stuff, like she could make him realize he was actually a good guy, and maybe that's how that could have played. Yeah, I don't know. There's just so many better fucking ways that could have happened.
And one thing that I did want to throw back at you that I think about a lot.
That's when the dick hits me. East side.
Mexico. Oh, it's M's. These are M's. Mexico.
What?
Oh my God.
The one thing that you had mentioned was, if a director starts a story and has a vision, let him finish it. And when
that goes with a lot of things.
That goes, let the man finish. Is it illegal? Yeah.
Maybe.
Let him.
We don't know.
In most states, let him finish. But it's like the whole thing that we had many conversations about the Force Awakens and the Last Jedi and the Rise of Skywalker. Like, we wanted to see, like, I mean, I know I did wanted to see Ryan Johnson finish what his vision was, and then it's like, let's change it, let's move it. And it's like, I wanted to see the end of that. What did you have? What was your vision? What did you want to do? And so with the Matt Reeves thing, it's like, even though he's saying that this is a standalone, it's not connected to anything else, which doesn't really bum me out personally, but whatever his vision is, I'm like, I want to see it. Like, I would hate it, or like Amazing Spider-Man 2, I would hate for it to end at 2. Like, or I would hate for it to end at 1 and be like, all right, well, we tried that and we're moving on. And it's like, no. I want to see this work. Like, show me. Like, let me make my decision.
You know how Batman, like, okay, I started off as this. I can't turn my head. Now a new suit. Now, what if Batman, Bruce is going into Batman, well, if we're going to do this in 2 movies and 3 movies, Riddler starts off normal, then he's the tape guy, then he's the this, and it's Bruce coming into Batman while the Riddler is coming into the Riddler. Edward Nygma is becoming the Riddler. You know what I mean? Like, where it's little things where like in that funeral scene, fuck, he saw my face. Now I got to become that guy. Now I got to become, you know what I mean? Little things are teaching them both how to become a better detective, and he's becoming a better fucking villain. So it's maybe handled in 3 movies while Batman's dealing with, if the next one's the Court of Owls, there's like little underlining Riddler stuff. Again, as the Riddler in Arkham Asylum and Arkham whatever, he's always the subplot, but it's like a major, you know what I mean? After you handle everything, you got to find all the trophies to even get to fucking the Riddler.
Yeah.
Not to fuck the Riddler, but you got to get to fight the Riddler.
I mean,
by doing these things.
And then you fuck.
I mean, well, if you get all the trophies.
Holy, show me. He's like, then yes.
He gets the bat loop.
I mean,
is it guano?
I lost my train of thought. Esteban.
Does that make sense though?
It
a
does.
Subplot and you know.
See, but Joker was always a very he's a bigger character, which he was never really utilized. Like, I like Jim Carrey. I like Jim Carrey's portrayal of Riddler. What I didn't particularly like was Schumacher's vision of the film as a whole. Like, it was done very
cartoonish,
aimed at kiddish. Yeah. And so like Tommy Lee Jones, like there was I don't know if does anybody watch Mojo? Has anyone seen that?
Yeah.
And there was a compilation that they did of like actors that were playing the wrong character in their role. And one of them that I could not agree with more was Tommy Lee Jones thought he would like, I mean, he did not, but it's like Tommy Lee Jones thought he was playing the Joker, and it was like showing him playing Two-Face as like all this like laughy whatever. And I was like, I can see the argument of that, because it wasn't very Harvey Dent-esque. It was very goofy, very happy, very whatever. But I digress. That's not a thing on the actors. I thought the actors did wonderfully. It was the direction of the film overall was different.
But too, if it was Tommy Lee Jones, and you gave him fucking Oliver Stone or fucking a legit director, it could be Tommy Lee Jones with little moments of, you know, the Joker when he can't stop laughing. But you know what I mean? But
what I'm saying is he was casted for the role of Two-Face, but he
played it like the Joker.
He played it like
horrible.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so but I feel Tommy Lee Jones, like you see him in a lot of his roles, like he would have done, like, I thought it was perfect casting. He would have done a very great Harvey Dent.
Yeah, absolutely.
And same with Jim Carrey, would have done an amazing, like, have you guys seen the Number 23? Movie's fucking great. Like, I loved it. And it's like to see like Jim Carrey play that borderline psycho role would have been wonderful. But there's a comic book arc that I encourage anybody to read. I'll say listen to read, and it's called The Joker War, and it's the war of riddles and jokes, and essentially it's the Joker and the Riddler feud. It's a very stupid feud, but it turns into this like really huge fight within Gotham. They end up taking over Gotham, and half of the Batman villains side with Joker, half of them side with Riddler, and they just have a fucking turf war. And the idea behind it is that the Joker is saying riddles are just jokes that haven't been figured out yet. And Riddler's like, no, they're not. Like, and so that's their thought. Like, and it's like them just, so it's becomes this big, massive thing. And it was a huge story arc, I think, probably 2018. And so to see him get front and center is really exciting to me. I'm just, sorry, I digress. I'm talking about Joker now. So I'm excited for it.
But I did like the little orphan and that orphan to orphan moment. Not
he's
orphan,
talking.
Sorry.
He's talking about the clip that he sent
Not
us.
the orphan part. I don't want to say orphan. It's not orphan, but the little. Is it orphan?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that little moment where where he just looks back and he just happens to look at the one guy that would kind of totally understand. Like, I've been through it, and then the part where they're talking about the policemen are talking, or Gordon's talking to the cop, reminded me of when Alfred overheard it's good. Fucking in the OG Batman when they catch it on camera. Oh, at the fucking I know what I'm talking about. It's Grissom, sir. And then oh god, and then they gotta go get him. It's fucking that's where they first see the Joker or Jack Napier. Just reminded me of that part because he overhears them two talking. I don't know. I will set up, but that's you. I mean, you talk about Batman. I'm gonna go off for an hour.
No, of course, as we should. Esteban, Matt Reeves coming back for a second film, even though we haven't seen the first one yet. Do you think that's like a bold choice, or do you feel, or are you of the same sentiment? You want to see the story unfold?
Oh, I want to see this. I want to see the story unfold. I say give him the trilogy or however movies he's gonna go ahead and do. Let Matt Reeves do his job. From what it seems like, you know, a lot of the reviews are positive that are coming out. These critics that are going to go ahead and that have been leaked. So the one thing I did see is if you guys are trying to see the Batman spoiler free, you guys have until March 11th because that's when the ban is lifted. And all spoilers will be, you're going to be running into spoilers nonstop on social media.
What is the ban? So if somebody puts up March 10th, somebody's going to cut it or?
No. It's just one of those things.
Comixbook.com fucking ruins everything.
Well,
except for No Way Home was the only one that was kind of like, they really have not ruined that for me.
Well, that's what they're saying. It's like, I think everyone is so hyped about this that it's like an unwritten like rule. Like, okay, we're going to start talking about it. You know, like, you know, the movie's dropping on the 4th. By the 11th, there should be enough time for enough people to watch it. If you don't watch it, it's kind of on you type thing. So
they're kind of giving another week, and then like by Friday,
you're raising your hand on your own show.
Yeah.
It's our show, sir. I just move it along. I'm just lighting the fire. And so on. I gotta ask you this. It's already confirmed that there is an after credit scene, but there's no tie to any of the DC universe. How does that affect you? Not explain if it's positive, negative. Please explain.
I'm not bothered by it, at all. No, I'm not bothered by it at all because I'm walking into this film with a clean slate, a clean Batman slate. You know what I mean? Like I'm walking in and I'm here for it. You know, I'm excited for it. I want to see it. You know, there's the AMC over here by my house has tickets available to see the Batman on the 2nd, like to watch it 2 days before it actually drops, you know? So yeah, unfortunately I cannot watch it on the 4th because the 2nd, because that is my son's 5th birthday. So and plus I don't think it's appropriate to take a 5-year-old to go watch
your wife will understand.
To go watch the Batman. No, I've done that once. Okay, I'm not doing it again.
She did not.
No. The last time I did that, my son was born, and Logan. I went to go see Logan, and I left her with our newborn baby, like 3 days old. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to the movies. Bye. To go watch Logan.
Did she has not let that down yet, has she?
No, she because I went with my dad.
She throws it off in jokes. She throws it off in joking. Yeah. That's the play right there.
So I'm just kind of like, it's just a little jab. So
that hurt, but I deserve it. That's all good.
Well, it's okay.
Batgirl and Flash are the ones that really need because they already have the backstory.
Mm-hmm.
So they have the pressure of the universe.
I don't think so, because
wait. But if Matt Reeves,
I gotta wait now. Okay.
You gotta wait. If Matt Reeves,
excuse me, this isn't your show, but okay.
Tell your story. You asked me to take that extra shot.
I didn't ask you shit.
Hold up. Let's take another shot, Ash. We need a lot of conversation.
We need the funny.
Yeah.
Matt Reeves tell his story
this month.
And then DC is not going to say whatever. The hope though is that DC doesn't go, for this next movie we should put in fucking Cheetah. You know what I mean? Like, don't fucking fuck with my story because you didn't want any a piece of this. And you know what I mean? Like, it's when the studio goes, you know what, let's put in blah 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 and change up all your shit. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You in the back.
I have news for you, sir. With the apparent talks of Matt Reeves already talking about a sequel, they have so much confidence in him is that the rumor has it that this second Batman film will tie it into the current DC universe.
I think that's the play. I think that's the play. But before I give my opinion on it, Carmen, this film is not enticed the DC universe. We're talking Shazam. We're talking Black Adam, which will feature Dr. Fate. We're talking Wonder Woman. We're talking Aquaman and Forbidden Kingdom. Does that?
Wonder Woman.
How does that affect you? What do you think?
Well, I mean, we have talked about this movie that it was supposed to be a standalone project. It wasn't supposed to connect to anything, which is fine with me. I'll take it for what it is as far as a standalone project. Now, if we're building from here and eventually they want to connect it, I mean, this is the only reason why I'm hesitant, because DC tends to do this when like one movie works, then they just want to rework everything else to fit that one project that went well. And so I don't want them to then fuck up the integrity of this movie or like where this movie's gonna go because they're trying to fit in all this extra bullshit that they can't seem to make work on its own. So that's the only reason why I would be apprehensive that they even try to connect it. Let's just take it easy. It's like your first date, like you don't know where it's going. Let's just let's have lunch, like maybe next time we'll have a drink or whatever, but that's the way I feel about it.
That is the perfect.
And then the next time we have a drink. Well, listen, I like you this much that now we could go have a drink. Is that what you're? Oh, wow.
No, that's a perfect analogy.
Listen, if my friend didn't call me to tell that there was an emergency, then there's nothing to do a second date. You know what I mean?
If you're enjoying the date, like don't be like, so you take it in the ass? Like, don't go there right away. That's like date 3 conversation,
Date
that's
3?
Yeah, you take them to.
I don't even think that's date 3 conversation.
That's called the oops. Like, I'm sorry. That's what it's called.
You take them somewhere classy, like IHOP. So you take them to IHOP, and then you be like, so anal, and then like not on date one. Not on
I noticed you used more than 2 syrups. Like
I'll have the blueberry. The ladies have it.
The anal. I noticed that was twice.
Did you like
you got a Wonder Woman,
or like what size?
But I guarantee you, it's going to be one of those
in a bag
with with Luis. With Luis, it would be more so like that one scene in Spider-Man 3 where he tries to propose to Mary Jane and he's like going through practicing. He goes, "Oh, how did that get in there?"
Oh, that's such a bad scene. God, that's such a bad scene.
That's Luis.
Oh,
How'd that get in there?
All right, we're segueing hard. No pun intended.
Ha!
But very great analogy.
No.
We're enjoying
Wait.
the date.
That's twice where you brought up Wonder Woman, and then it's during the KFC, and then you brought up me about chicken.
Oh Jesus!
That's
Here we
twice
go
you
again.
talked about Wonder Woman, and you
Here we
brought
go.
in Carmen into the conversation.
my
I did not
God.
talk Wonder Woman, and then
Yes, you did, because you go Batman, and then like okay, they're gonna bring in Wonder Woman, Carmen. What's your thoughts on Batman?
that is no, I did not. I
That's
just
what
said
you said.
I didn't say they're not tying in Wonder Woman. What do you think about Wonder Woman not being in this film? I said there are no ties. You trying to start shit, sir? I see you.
That's what you're doing.
He's a shit sir.
And speaking of, now I'm going to ask you for your opinion because I respect you as a human. So Batman being your shit, and I know you mentioned earlier that it's not connected to anything.
Mhm.
Ash, does that bother you that it's not connected to the rest of the DC universe
No,
at all? What's wrong?
in all honesty, they should do like, hey, this Batman works, blah blah blah. This Superman, this story, hey, these two things work. That's it. And then blah, because it sucks because Gal Gadot and Jason Momoa, that's so fucked up in all reality. And it's fucked up because, hey, fucking Ben Affleck worked, but doesn't work, but worked. And it's the same fucking thing where you gave Tobey Maguire a horrible movie, but everybody is so fucking interested in him being back in a good movie. Same thing with Andrew Garfield. You shat on it. Oh, by the way, he's fucking great. Just give him a good fucking movie and a good story. And not a fucking blue Electro and have him going through a fucking keyboard or whatever the fuck this and have that try to make sense when it was fucking amazing at the end of it, where, you know, fucking after the end of the first one, like, it was my dad, wasn't it? Horrible. Like, hit that whole we've all as guys and girls,
we're talking about Amazing
cry, that fucking
yeah,
don't cry.
Oh,
And
dude.
Andrew Garfield has that fucking don't cry face all the time.
Yeah.
Where Tobey Maguire, heart on his sleeve, gonna cry, gonna fucking whatever. Fucking, how did that get there? Horrible. But they were horrible movies. You gave us a not great Venom, which was not his fault. But you know, it's not the actor and fuck everything we did. Because if you give some great story without Spider-Man, without Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2 and fucking then Spider-Man 3, hey, it's not working. That's fucked up. Spider-Man 1, great. Spider-Man 2, it's not working. And you shut down everything. It sucks. It sucks. And then you give everybody a great movie. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yes.
It just sucks.
I have a question for you guys. Have you guys seen Peacemaker yet?
Yes.
Yes.
Very good.
All the way through?
All the way through.
Yes.
I saw the first 10 minutes and then I'm going to watch it, but
it gets better because I was hesitant after the first episode.
Okay. The only reason why I bring it up is because you guys brought up Jason Momoa. And I think that, yes, the thing that I think is fantastic is so far there is only one director that can flip-flop back and forth from Marvel and DC. And I think he is the golden boy right now to go ahead. James Gunn. He's the golden boy right now to bring comic book movies to life on both sides. I honestly think he is the saving grace for DC right now. And I'm saying this pre-watching the Batman. Okay.
Give him all the money.
Yeah, but no, absolutely. Had we judged everything by Suicide Squad 1 and not given him 2, do you know what I mean? Like how people just shat on that and then like, part two was amazing.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I get it. But I'm just saying it's just one of those things where, like how we were saying, is that DC, I honestly think that DC thinks that their saving grace is going to be the Flash movie to reboot everything, to bring everything together.
That's
Their multiverse of madness. You know what I mean? Is what I think is what they're trying to do. Is it going to work? I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Really hope so.
That'd be cool. Just those are all. Just give validation to everything. But from now on, no, let's not go to Justice League. Avengers is gone. Justice League is gone. Just everybody tell your own fucking story,
right?
And we're good.
But see, and that's the thing. That because of the question that I brought up last week. If you're saying, because of the whole Batgirl movie, if you're saying that Michael Keaton is the Batman in this cinematic universe, is it like I have questions. Like, obviously J.K. Simmons is not the same Commissioner Gordon that we saw in the 80s movies, obviously. Number one. Number two, he's the Commissioner Gordon for the Justice League. Okay. So there's that. And I'm like, okay, how are they going to tie is J.K. Simmons playing that same Commissioner Gordon that we saw back, because it's Michael Keaton, you know what I mean? So is it the same Commissioner Gordon, or is Michael Keaton, does the Flash slingshot him into a different alternate universe where there is no Batman and now he is Batman? And I'm at a loss for words. You know what I mean?
I'm going to ask a very dumb question. He was Gordon in Batman vs Superman, or what?
Yeah, he was Gordon in Batman vs Superman as
very
well.
Tiny scene in Justice League, yeah.
And well, the scene's a little bit better in the Snyder one. He has a longer scene in the Snyder one. So he's in the Snyder one, and he's also in the Justice League. He's in that one, as well as Batman vs Superman. So that's what I'm saying. He's the commissioner for that universe. Why is Keaton and this Commissioner Gordon crossing paths? You know what I mean?
My biggest concern about Keaton, I love the idea that Keaton's back, but for him to be this universe's Batman, is that he's older. Like, so it looks like they're pulling it away from Batman and they're putting the spotlight on Batgirl.
Right.
Hey, Luis. No, mad he is. Luis, what if?
Look how mad I am. I'm like, yes, sir.
Yeah. What if?
Yes, friend.
The Batman versus Superman.
Yeah.
Like, what if the switch of it was Keaton in the fucking suit and beat Superman and was just like kind of not realize I'm done. Like, there's not even beat Superman, but was he, I don't know. I'm flailing, but that him giving that like fucking Dark Knight speech.
Yeah. I mean,
that would have been beautiful.
See, I mean, Keaton holds it well. It's just I don't know about a whole franchise.
That's what she said. Go on.
Now, the question I was asking you guys, as far as
he hates it.
Batman. No.
See, Carmen, I don't do it just to you. Go on.
You don't do it to a Jew? What did you say?
No, she thinks that I only interrupt.
Oh my God.
Man, I didn't realize you were like this, man. Whatever. So, it being Matt Reeves' Batman being strictly a standalone, it doesn't bother me either. It's he has a big enough rogue gallery where I get excited that we can potentially showcase more. The decision to have the Michael Keaton Batman be the definitive Batman to me makes it seem like he would be more of like a background role. I don't think we're far enough into the future to do a Batman Beyond. That could definitely be down the line as a possibility, but it's more of, I see Batgirl, maybe a Nightwing, maybe a Robin, like that kind of bring that in. But Batman sells tickets, man. I don't know. Like, I wouldn't be surprised I think Ash said it earlier, is if the second film goes good, or no, I think it was Esteban, that they'll be like, oh, this is now the Batman, and they'll try to like tie that in somehow.
Yeah. I fell into a subreddit hole about the Batman, and what they were saying was, they're saying, what if the Michael Keaton Batman in Batgirl is not Bruce, it's Thomas Wayne, and it's just the I know we're running out of time, and I know I'm just kidding
Andres is not here, we're good.
I know, but you know how we're used to the iconic yellow emblem.
Sorry, that was my Andres impression.
we're used to the yellow emblem, and it's just photoshopped. They photoshopped it yellow, but in the Batgirl movie, it's going to be red, for Thomas Wayne.
That would be cute. That would be very cute, actually. Oh, that would be oh my god, that would be the best fucking switcheroo of like, because they've done that before. Do you guys remember when Avengers was coming out, the first one, Infinity War?
Mm-hmm.
There were many scenes where Hulk was photoshopped in it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And then we see the actual film and we don't realize it, and then we're like, what? And we were all kind of like borderline disappointed when we saw him like make his little transformation or whatever. Or no, I'm sorry, the first movie he didn't transform.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, oh, he's gonna transform now, and then he never did, because the Hulk wouldn't come out or whatever. And then they admitted later, they're like, yeah, we photoshopped it to throw people off because we didn't want speculation. So, and
yeah,
that's pretty fucking cool if they did do that. And then when we see the film, you see the red emblem, be like, that's
right.
fucking Thomas Wayne.
Right. Now, but I think it's funny that like the Russos did that, and then it's like everyone in the movie community, they kind of looked at each other, or like the producer, like, we can do that.
Well, I mean, it's the same sort of thing with Andrew Garfield. Like, when everybody asked him, and he said, "You haven't heard of Photoshop? It's not me." And he flat out said it wasn't me.
Right.
I was like, oh, I guess it's not him. And then
it's like, give the man the Oscar for that.
When we find out that he lied, because up until this point, I don't think people blatantly lie. They usually say some like off truths, and so people will pick at that. Because he said, "No, that is not me." And then when you see the film, and it's like, "It was you," and he's like, "Yeah, I lied." Like,
he's just like, man, yeah.
But then now all bets are off, because then we realize that, kind of like what you were just saying, Esteban, you can do that.
Yeah.
You can lie. You can say not truths.
Yeah.
Huh. Like,
and nobody will be mad.
If anything, we're just like, that's great. Let's go see Tick Tick Boom. Like, it's amazing.
Yeah. For sure.
Amazing. That was a very big
Batman
rap.
It's amazing that people can lie. Go on.
In an interview.
I'm gonna piss off my only fucking my bad, bro.
Your only girlfriend? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
How many you want?
Just you. So then you
ho? You? I'm me. I'm you. No. Moving forward.
Wait, hold on. Let me segue a little bit, because I'm gonna use the excuse that Esteban brought up Peacemaker. I really like Vigilante. I didn't think I was gonna like his character, right? But I fucking love him.
Dude, when I think it was episode 3 when he got himself arrested.
Yeah.
I was like, this guy's gonna get his ass kicked. And he was such a badass. I was like, I am a Vigilante fan now. Like, I don't even know who he is. I need to look into this guy. Ash, you're missing out.
Bro.
That became the show. Like, Dana's not a comic book person, but that became the show where she's like, there's a new Peacemaker? I'm like, yeah. Like, to watch. Oh my God, it's so fucking good.
It's funny because it's like, you see Vigilante, he's got like no fucking social skills, doesn't pick up on cues at all. And I'm just like and it's funny because the one scene,
neither does fucking Peacemaker. Dude.
No, for sure. But we know why, because he was raised as a fucking bigot,
Yeah.
But it's funny because the one scene, and then when Vigilante looks at Peacemaker, he goes, "Why are you doing your facial exercises right now?" And then the other guy's like, He's fucking crying, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
God, it's so great. Like Eagly is
Eagly,
so
Eagly's the
Eagly's
fucking
so
shit.
He gives him a hug. He's like
Yeah.
takes a selfie.
Yeah.
Oh God, Eagly's the shit, dude. I was like, I don't want to say too much in front of Ash.
No. I'm good, man.
I
That's
was
just
just like-
been out for a while.
I'm like, if Eagly dies, like I riot. Like,
Right?
not-
Yeah.
Oh no, they can't do that.
right. I'm like, leave Eagly alone, leave Vigilante alone. Like, even Diebeard, I felt so bad when he was admitting.
When he was admitting it, I was just like,
oh God. Oh God, it was such a good show. Like I laughed so much, and the action scenes were really like
Mhm.
up
They were
there.
well done.
They
Yeah.
were so well done. Like when he was first pissed off, I think it was like episode 4. when
Uh-huh.
He's in the first warehouse with all the butterflies.
The butterflies?
Like boom,
Mm.
boom, boom.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God! Like
Yeah.
the gorilla,
That was
the
great.
chainsaw gorilla. Like oh my God, so many scenes. Like it was just, dude, Ash, please.
You gotta
would
watch
love
it, dude.
You would not
I'm
stop.
going to watch it. It was just during
Yeah.
Succession and
I get that. I
Boba.
get that. I get
That's
that.
it. But other than that, I will watch. It's John Cena.
Not only
know I'm
will
gonna
you
watch.
start watching it, not only will you start, our phones are gonna get blown up by how
Yeah.
much you hit us up and be like, why didn't you guys tell me it was this good? That's what's gonna
It's-
happen.
Well,
Yeah.
and then
And
to
I
no
welcome
response.
it because we
Yes.
haven't talked about it.
Right. I would love to talk about it.
Yeah.
And in the next episode, we'll have a full review of the series.
Oh yeah, it'll be
Damn, I
Ash's
gotta
show.
finish the series in 1 week. All right.
In Ash's show. I'm
Well,
telling
dude,
Ash
it's
to
only
do
it's
it
only
for sure.
it's only like 6 episodes. It's not a 6 or 7, something like that.
7?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
It's
6,
really short.
Yeah.
7.
Okay.
Really short. You're used to that. Get it?
Wow,
Yeah. All right.
damn.
No change on Ash. I don't know what you're talking about. I got a big dick. Moving on.
Watch, look.
What's cool?
I interrupt 4,957 times.
It's my show.
The one
It's my
time I
show.
don't, you guys are waiting for me to fucking
my
talk.
It's my show. It's my show. It's my show. We have Fred Hischinger, and he was in Fear Street 1, 2, and 3. He was also in The White Lotus, and he's playing the chameleon. In the Craven show, or the Craven movie.
The Craven show?
Yeah, the Craven show. It sounds like a sitcom.
Everyone
right,
loves Craven.
right. I was gonna say right after I Love Lucy.
Fuck, it might be.
Esteban, what are your thoughts?
Hey man, that's cool. I'm all for it because this is a Spider-Man rogue that I don't think we've ever seen live action. I mean, we've seen him in the animated series and stuff like that, and some video games, but live action, I'm all for it, man. Like I'm good with them diving into deeper rogues galleries. So
Yeah.
John, well, him being in trouble right now, but John Hamm is fucking Craven.
no,
Well, they already
I don't
casted
see it.
Craven.
What?
I don't see John Hamm as Craven. I don't.
We're straight
Wait,
tripping,
no,
boo.
but they casted Craven already.
Yeah, it's gonna be
No,
Aaron
they-
Taylor
no,
Johnson.
They did, but I don't feel like it's gonna be.
You don't like him?
I don't feel he's gonna be that Craven. I think it's gonna. I don't know.
I don't see John Hamm though as Craven.
Well,
I don't see John Hamm as
I'm
Craven.
thinking of the way he looks in the comic books.
I think fucking Russell Crowe is Craven. Just give him a trainer and he's got it.
Mhm.
Jenny Craig, and he's gonna do it. Russell Crowe, know that in the Gladiator, bro, you're my fucking idol. So
Hey, Jenny!
and
Jenny! Get your skinny ass on over here.
is that Australian? Because that was the worst Australian accent I've ever heard.
I was yelling at my girl Jenny Craig. That was in the back. I was like, yo, Jenny.
No, I got the fucking skit. I just didn't know.
That was English, bitch.
Not
That was
great.
Luis.
At first, I thought it was kind of Forrest Gump because of when you were
Jenny.
that's how bad
Jenny.
fucking accent was.
Hey, Ash, remember when we went to the Coheed and Cambria show where the same night that I lost my sweater,
Yes.
and we're like True story.
Accent day.
It was accent day, and then we were talking to each other. We were talking to each other at the bar, and then we noticed that there's two girls that are looking at us. Right next to us, looking at us. And then, yeah.
The sub story was, I'm horrible. I can't. Hey, girl, I can't nothing. So unless it can be funny, and unless it could be, because you're not turning down Ash, you're turning down
character.
Exactly. Go on.
Yeah. So I go, let's talk to them. I was single, he was single, and I'm like, let's talk to him.
That part up. In case you're listening.
Let's talk to him.
He was single.
And he's like, no. I go, come on. He goes, and then he says, okay, only under one condition. And I go, what's that? He goes, we have to do it in accents. And I go, fucking okay. Like, what accent? He goes, Australian. I go, fucking all right, let's do it. So then I go over and I start talking to them, and I ask them, what are they drinking? I'm more than happy to buy the drink. My buddy's from Australia. He came by to go see Code in Cambria and stuff like that. And they were all into it. I swear to God, they're like, you're from Australia? Oh my God, I love your act. Like all that stuff, right? So bought them drinks. We got our drinks. We started talking to them for a little bit. And then we walked away. I guarantee you, if we would have kept talking to them,
we got fucking pit tickets.
Yeah. If we would have kept talking to them, like shit would have gotten down, but it's just like we got, no, not there, but
that's illegal.
But we ended up getting, it's funny because we ended up getting pit tickets and they were like, we totally ignored them and then we walked away. Just like, man,
we're gonna get late tonight. We got pit tickets. We're gonna get pit tickets.
The fucking the designated driver.
Yeah.
We had to, which was my best friend, Andy. And he was just like, so we only got 2 tickets. And I was so drunk that I was like, I know it's gonna be me. And then it was Esteban's friend. So...
And then Ash and I grabbed the wristbands. We're like, bye. So we left them in the back.
It worked out.
Oh yeah, sorry. It's because you said Australian and that it reminded me.
You've told this story twice, but
have I?
That's why I wanted to add that part. Was I can't. I'm not the how you doing guy. I'm not the whatever. But if it's like, oh, I got you a drink today. Well, it's easy. We'll talk today. And then you get real flustered like fucking Hugh Grant, and you're good.
And also, just turn around and walk away.
You gotta leave. Because you're gonna be drunk and forget that you have an accent. It's not good.
That would have happened.
Luis is like, this is the last goddamn time I host. I swear to God, it's the last time I fucking host.
I don't know why he does this to me. Why are you projecting your emotions on me, sir?
I kind of feel like, because you got to lift up your chest, because sometimes I feel like Batman and Superman are kissing. And it's just...
It might be.
That's just because of my chichis. My chichis push them together and it looks like they're making out.
Oh my God, chichis. God, I haven't heard that word. Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm going to do this. Look at that.
That word gives it no justice.
They are one.
Like caca. That caca is the worst word of all time.
Caca's
caca sounds and looks like caca.
I do it only because, I do it every day, but I refer to it as that in front of Dana because it makes me uncomfortable. It makes me laugh.
Wait, you say Dana, look at my chichis every day?
No, we were talking about cacas.
You do caca every day?
I do caca every day.
Yes. Yes,
you got Luis. You gotta switch it up and call it caquitas every once in a while.
I will not do that. That's disgusting.
Oh my God, that's so gross.
It's like when you get up and where are you going? Oh, I gotta go caquitas.
Esteban, ¿sí tienes caquitas?
Oh, caquitas.
No, I don't do caquitas
everywhere.
No, I'll tell Dana. I'm like, I want caca. You want caca? And she's like, don't wake up. All right, moving on.
Oh my God.
I am so loud.
Can you
I'm
guys
so
shit?
glad
Have you guys? Can you? Okay.
Tonight. Otherwise,
you guys are all with somebody. Have you guys shat and then somebody's gone in after you, like your significant other?
That's every day, dude.
That's life, bro.
One day.
It's like 10 minutes before we started the podcast.
That was 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I'm pooping now.
I'm going now.
The whole show I filmed.
I'm going to get us now.
You interrupt in the middle of your. I'm going Caquitas.
It's one of those things. It's not even that. It's not even that. It's not even that. It's like
my caca face. My caca face.
It's
Hold on. Something me laugh. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
But it's funny. It would be one of those things. You're like, oh, Esteban froze. Esteban froze.
Yeah, because the thing about Spider-Man No Way Home is, here's the funny.
So gross. Oh fuck, that is so fucking gross.
It's just like your cheek. Like, is he frozen? And you just see your cheek.
When these videos come out and your girlfriend fucking doing her teeth and like the guy shitting, I could never be part of that. I can never be part of that.
Dude, I don't shit while she's brushing her teeth. No.
No, but you've seen those couples that are like, fucking. Hey, so tonight we're going over to the fucking blah blah blah, and I can't never be that comfortable.
If we're pissing, that's different. But pooping, nah.
If we're, so what do you do? Like, you just let her open and then you aim for the middle?
No, she just like spread her legs and I just.
So like I was saying,
No. Like, but like if I'm peeing, like she'll.
I got a little bit on your leg.
Doing makeup or vice versa. Like she's peeing.
Or vice versa.
Yeah. She's peeing and I'm like, you need to get ready for work or whatever. That's one thing. But like taking a shit is
sacred.
I need to look at my phone and I need to like curl over and hate myself for a sec. Because I do cacas.
Caquitas everywhere.
I don't call it caquitas. I call it cacas. Caquitas is a little weird.
How is it weird?
It feels weird.
Oh my god, that was the best laugh I've had in a long time. Thank you.
Right, so moving on. We've got Aaron Pierre cast as a secret role in the new Blade film. Any thoughts?
Hey man, I saw him in Krypton, in the TV show Krypton that was on Sci-Fi. He was really good. He was really good. So I'm pretty stoked about it.
Okay. I know we keep talking about Spider-Man No Way Home. Comes out Blu-ray mid-March. Who's buying it? In digital.
I already pre-ordered that shit.
Digital?
I think I got it from Amazon.
No,
so
not digital. Not digital. I got the hard copy.
I think I'm going digital on it.
No, that's what I got. The $33 or whatever. Yeah.
You paid $33? Shit, I paid like $26.
Oh, you're so much better than me.
Right? A little bit.
It's with your responses, you just open up your insecurities. So much better. So fuck me, right? Oh, we're friends. We're recording a podcast right now. So you're gonna fuck me in my ass? Whoa, dude. Relax.
From where this started.
Am I projecting? Sorry.
Yes.
Who's volunteering?
My volunteers tribute.
Come on.
That's all the way.
How did that get in there?
Wow.
When I said I wanted anal, this
Shut up, I don't want to hear my voice. You're getting creep back up.
This isn't what I mean.
Hey, wait.
Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
Paramount Plus is released.
Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus is released the new Halo film. Will you watch it on the TV? I know I will.
Paramount Plus.
Turn into an anime.
I really will be watching.
The tentacles, or what do they call them? The fucking.
Whoa, dude. I've never seen that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Tentacle porn?
Liar.
I've never seen that. I'm appalled at this.
How dare you?
Because I said it out loud, Alexa is just coming up with tentacle porn on his fucking computer.
and it's like share screen for some reason.
delete.
I'm doing the same. I'm doing the same face as the caca face. I'm like,
and then you finish.
Turns out my caca face and my jizz face are very similar.
Oh,
that's
Jesus
unfortunate.
Christ.
That's unfortunate for Dana.
Sorry, Dana.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's like,
I
want
you to know.
You like that? Like,
because I'm editing. That's what's going to open the show. What you just said.
Please. Paramount Plus. I've been on a lot of Paramount Plus as of recent. I've been actually rewatching all of Rocko's Modern Life, which has been amazing. Rocko's Modern Life, near and dear to my heart. All the old Nicktoons are on there. So prior to that, I'm not going to get into it again, but prior to that, all I had it for was to watch the challenge, which, hey, Dana watches comic book shit with me. I'll watch reality shit with her. And the only one she the only one I watch with her is the challenge. But they have all the old Nicktoons. So Rocko's Modern Life was always one that I loved. And so I've been watching that. And so the idea that I'm going to have another show to watch on Paramount Plus called Halo is pretty amazing. Any thoughts on the new Halo film coming out, guys?
Or question.
Who has Paramount Plus here? Okay.
That means you both have Paramount. Talk to you later.
Talk to you out what I have that you don't have. So.
Well, it's actually not my Paramount Plus. It's someone else's Paramount Plus.
That's what I'm saying. So I already got your.
I got HBO. You, Carmen. I got you. So now you both got it.
I want to
see that fucking movie, The Making of Godfather. That fucking.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah,
beautiful.
Well,
god damn that fucking.
There's a series that I've been meaning to watch that I haven't jumped into yet. It's so everybody here has seen The Mayor of Easttown on HBO.
Yes.
Amazing show.
Amazing.
They're
what is that on?
HBO.
Oh yeah, if you're looking for a show, I mean, finish Peacemaker, and then Mayor of Easttown, fucking amazing. You won't be disappointed. It's really great. But there's
also look forward to his messages on that.
Yes, I'm absolutely.
That I will be ignored again.
I thought that show was a sleeper, and it wasn't until like once I finished watching it that Carmen and Andres had a conversation like 5 episodes, maybe more ago, of like, yeah, like the only one I know that watches it is Carmen. I'm like, what the fuck? Like I could have been talking to you guys about this. Like I've been holding all this in because I didn't know anybody that watched it. It's really good. But Jeremy Renner is in a show called Mayor of.
I know what you're talking about.
Kingstown, I think. Mayor of Kingstown. Yeah. I don't know.
That came out during Hawkeye. That's why I was like, wait, what are you promoting?
It came out before Hawkeye, yeah.
But I mean, yeah.
But it was on Paramount Plus, and I hadn't seen it, but it was on my to watch list. But I'll give you. We'll talk. Halo show. Anybody have any thoughts on it?
I'm excited for it, but I have a question for you, Luis, because I know you're real strong in the Halo lore. The three posters that they showed, are those accurate as far as characters?
No, they're not characters from the books or games, but that doesn't mean it's not. I mean, it's original characters. But the thing is there were 150 orphans that were kidnapped in the premise of the lore. Mm-hmm. So they could make up any name and it would work with the story. Yeah, but his core squad, by his I mean Master Chief, which his name is John. Mm-hmm. John's core squad was Kelly, was one of them. One of the only survivors was Kelly. Mm-hmm. So and then Kelly, Linda, and I forgot the guy's name, but so it being this other squad doesn't sound bad, like, because I didn't think it would.
So it's not in the Halo world, right? It's not the cheat. It's Halo world, but it's not the video game.
No, it is. So
no, it is. Yeah.
Okay. So essentially,
who was Kate, or the thing that we saw earlier with comic book?
That's the actress. That's the actress's name. That's playing the character.
Okay. But she's in the game? Because I only remember.
No, they're none of those characters.
I only know Cortana and
Chief.
Chief.
Cortana's in it.
That's the only
Cortana's in
two I
it,
know.
Chief
Like
is in it.
fucking no.
So just to put into perspective, so it's great for a newcomer. It'll be great. So it'd be a great jumping in point for you, Carmen. But for fans of the game, this takes place before the first game.
Oh,
This
okay.
will take place probably 5 years before the first game. So a little bit.
And in the game, you kind of had to figure out who you are, right?
Yes. Yeah,
Right.
you're kind of just thrown into this world. So the lore of the Spartan Project is these super soldiers. The premise of it is these orphans or these kids get kidnapped from their families, and they get handpicked by the government based off of the most confident, strong-willed kids. And so they get kidnapped and they get replaced with clones. So has anybody seen the movie? Fuck, it's with Angelina Jolie, where her kid gets taken.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. It's like set in like the 30s or something like that.
Yeah, and the CIA tries to tell her like, "Oh no, here's your kid. We found him." But she's like, "That's not my son." Changeling. That's the movie. So the movie Changeling, it's essentially that premise is all these kids, they hand select, I believe the number is 150, and they replace these kids with other kids, and then they pay off these families, and they're like, they get to live their lives. And so these kids are now part of the quote unquote Spartan Project. And so they're being put through rigorous training. By their 12th birthday, they go through this surgery that will increase bone density and will increase their muscle mass. The thing about the surgery is there's a 30% success rate. And
I like those odds.
Most of them die, as you can tell. And so then they become Spartans, they become super soldiers. So they all become little Captain Americas. And so they become really tall. Their bone density is like as thick as steel, and they have like this crazy muscle mass.
Like around 12, right? That's when our bone density changed, right?
Yeah. If you're talking about my no, go ahead.
And so
should have made it go the other way, Luis, because that'd have been funny because mine was going this way. You should have made it go that way.
So because you're both on each side of me, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's the only way we can finish.
And so
he's all serious now.
I'm bring it back. And so the idea is these super soldiers were created because there was a civil war going on at the time. And so right when these super soldiers were going to start going out, they like do a couple missions to take out these rebels. Essentially, we get attacked by aliens, and so then we shift the Spartan Project to fight against aliens, and that's it. And that's the start of it. So by the looks of the trailer, it looks like this is that whole beginning arc of kids.
So they're going to explain it instead of letting you figure out who you're going to be or who you are.
Right.
In the movie.
Right. Yeah, because in the game it's like, all right, here we go, and let's hit the ground running. But the books created a backstory, and this movie seems to be the backstory, which is fucking amazing.
I'm interested in seeing if they're gonna match the guns, if they're gonna match the little,
Yeah.
I'm interested in that.
A lot of things look so good.
Did you see the cartoon movie or was it it starts off with like Halo 4 or something, right? Like,
well,
it was like Halo Nightfall, wasn't it? Isn't that what it was called?
The anime? That's what we're talking about, right? Some of them were good. Like it was kind of like it was like the Animatrix, where you get like 5 little shorts, or like the little short in a Pixar film before the Pixar film. It's like that, but it's like 5 or 6 of them, and so I would say a good 2 of them were good. I wouldn't recommend it for you, Ash, because there's like maybe 3 of them that were very anime, and when I recommended My Hero Academia, we were just like, it's very anime, and I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of them in there that were very like very over the top type of shit. And it throws me off too sometimes. And so I'm like, I know it's not for everybody, so it wouldn't be something that I would necessarily recommend. But.
Yeah. I think the only thing that I saw that was very Halo related was Rooster Teeth. Their series of Red versus Blue.
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah. All it was a comedy skit. That's all it was.
Yeah,
Those were funny with Caboose.
Caboose. Yeah. All right, guys, and that brings us towards the end of our show with our final topic, and we have Daniel Radcliffe as Weird Al in a bio picture. How do we feel about that, guys?
He's very short. I forget how short Daniel Radcliffe is compared to Weird Al Yankovic. Hey, but I saw some set photos and stuff like that. He looks pretty dope, rocking the big wig with the mustache and the checkered Vans. He looks pretty sick, dude. So
no shit.
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
I dig it. Yeah, no, Weird Al is one of those artists that it's like very. It's gonna sound shitty, but like you forget about him, and then you remember, then you you kind of look into his stuff and be like, oh man, this guy's been dropping gold forever, and it's like you forget he's been around since I was in fucking school, grade school. Like, you ever listen to any of Weird Al's stuff?
Yeah, I don't know who you're talking to.
I think he was talking to everybody.
Yeah, open statement.
Well, yeah, I mean, he was huge in the 80s. Just Eat It and all that stuff.
Amish Paradise.
The last thing I was gonna say, the last thing I remember is Amish Paradise. I feel like it's a Carrot Top situation where there's a lot of stuff that are new goals. Like we got up to a certain point as far as your fame, and we haven't gone further as far as general public. But like Carrot Top, you know, he fucking sells out Las Vegas every week,
every night. But yeah, he's still a hack.
Carrot Top. But
yeah,
at the same time, when I was into comedy, or I am into comedy, but when I was into his trunk full of stuff, like I thought he was amazing, but I kind of thought that was it, and that's your plateau. But I guess I just haven't gone forward with him. I don't know if he's the last thing I remember was Amish Paradise. And so that's probably coincides with the last time MTV was MTV.
Yeah.
So that's probably why. Where I don't know if he's covered Eminem or he's done anything else.
The last one I remember him covering was American Pie, and he did it as a Star Wars parody. That was the last one I remember. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. No idea.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, it was right around.
Yeah.
Right. It was right around when the Phantom Menace came out.
Oh, that was wild.
That was the last one that I remember.
I know there was a show on ABC called Gallivant, and it starred John Stamos, I think. He was one of the stars in it, and Weird Al Yankovic was the music creator because it was a musical. Gallivant was a musical that's I think it's on Hulu, and I remember that was like a big advertising point, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And I think I saw an episode, which was funny, and I just never continued on it. But
the fact that it's not a CW guy and it's not hey, let's take this guy serious actor. You know how somebody's like, hey, I was in fucking Vampire Diaries, now I want to do something serious. The fact that it was somebody that's already a great actor, I feel like it's going to be going to be a great biopic of like, this is actually what I've been through. This is actually why I make things funny. This is actually, you know what I mean? Like it can't be more than, hey, that sounds funny, I'm going to make it that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He came from somewhere, he dealt with something. There's going to be a story there. Have you seen the fucking, I'm not going to change the subject, but as many biopics as I've seen of fucking Elvis, I'm really into the new one.
The new one that's coming out? Yeah.
And Baz Luhrmann is amazing. And
there's such a story there. Like I didn't realize until relatively recently that his manager wasn't able to leave the country, and so he didn't let Elvis tour worldwide. He could have been as big as the Beatles, but he was like, oh, well, let's just stay in the States. So Elvis never toured outside of the US.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's such a story there. I want to hear more. And I think I just heard about this maybe within the last 6 months. And then hearing this movie's coming out, I'm just like, I'm so excited to see how much of a scumbag his manager was.
Yeah.
And I don't. There's so many of these Elvis ones that are like, hey, did you know he was into Kung Fu? Did you know he was into the CIA for 10 minutes? Did you know, like, they try to fill in stuff, but like Baz Luhrmann is great with music. And I feel like it's Romeo and Juliet, fucking, and I can't remember the fucking other one. There's another one, but it's like the music always fits with the movie and vice versa. So I can't remember the fucking other one because it's not Across the Universe. Is it Across the Universe?
Across the Universe is fucking good though.
Across the Universe was great.
Dude, I have so
I didn't
many of
expect
those
to
songs.
like it, and then like I loved it.
Like Jim Sturgis,
There's Beatles
like
fans that hate it, right?
But I mean, you're not wrong. But like, there's so many Jim Sturgis versions of Beatles songs that I have on my playlist. Like, just because,
Right.
like, I've just seen a face. Oh my god, dude, love that song. Like the Jim Sturgis version, I fucking love it.
Oh, The Great Gatsby.
Never saw it.
But
the newest rendition.
It's always a visual along with, you know what I mean? Like there's a scene in the trailer where like the mood changes, but it's still on his face, and it goes like from blue to red because he's finding out information. Like there's little things that, because he's a music video director, that there's little things that make it fucking. It's not just like a biopic.
It's like
for the sake of it.
It's like an artistic look to something. Yeah.
And it's all the fucking him in the black suit, him fucking. It's, I don't know. I know it started off with Weird Al, but the fact that it's gonna be a legit actor means we're gonna find out shit. We're gonna, you know.
All right. Well, that takes us to the end of our show. Before we completely wrap it up, I realized I messed up on 2 counts. Number 1 is I did not watch the recommendation that I had for the last week.
How did I know?
I completely forgot about it. But so the first recommendation that was given to me from Esteban that had host duties last week, you recommended to me Event Horizon, which I have seen and I loved. Although I've seen it within the last Event Horizon.
No, that's Vertical Horizon.
That is Vertical Horizon.
But it's a lot of horror films. No, a lot of horror video games are inspired by Event Horizon, especially in the sci-fi world. I've seen it, and then the second film that you recommended,
it was Hostage.
With Bruce Willis.
With Bruce Willis, yeah.
So I will be watching that this upcoming week. And I have a recommendation for Carmen, which I feel is a cheat because she's probably going to be watching this anyway. But I just saw it a couple days ago and I can't stop thinking about it. Carmen, unless you've already seen it, have you already seen The Tinder Swindler?
No.
That is your assignment.
But it was on my watch list because everybody's talking about it.
Girl. Me and Dana were screaming at each other, just yelling at the TV.
Is this a show or is this a movie?
It's a movie.
It's Netflix, right?
Yeah,
it's a movie on Netflix.
It's an hour and 30-minute long movie on Netflix. It's a documentary about a dude on Tinder that was essentially
scamming women
money. For money, yeah. And so he was pretending to be a billionaire and getting money from these chicks. So it's like, we're a billionaire, we're dating for a month, and it's like, oh, I need $20,000, and then ghost you. Like, and he would do that over and over and over again. And it's what I was reading about it is that it's directed. I didn't see the movie Don't Fuck with Cats because I knew the premise and it was going to bum me out. But it's made by the director of that documentary.
Got it. Okay.
Or the same creators behind it. So
it's on Netflix, you said?
It is on Netflix. And it's on the top 10. It's been on the top 10 for a while. And it's been on my to watch list also, Carmen. And so when I saw it, I was like, dude, Carmen would fucking go crazy, especially the last 20 minutes of it. I was like, this is some woman level CIA shit that it's like, fuck yes. Like I was so impressed. Like I was just, I don't want to say too much more of it. It's a little bit of a bummer. It's a constant up and down. It's like you get bummed out, you get really sad for these people, but then you get happy at certain things, and then you get sad at certain things, and so it's a roller coaster of emotions. I encourage all of you to watch this one actually because it's such a good watch, and it moves by so smoothly, and it's not like a series or anything, so it's a really easy watch. But that's my recommendation, guys. But Carmen, you got the assignment. And that being said, again, we appreciate all the support, guys. We do appreciate comments. We read at the top of every episode. So like, rate, review, everything. If you give us a subscription, subscribe to our YouTube or follow us on Spotify. Costs nothing to you and means everything to us. So if we can get your support, most appreciate it. But with that being said, Ash does have something to say about us being comics, and
I was at the liquor store and this lady said these beans, and it was during the 80s song These Dreams.
These dreams go on when I close my eyes.
So when she said these beans, when she was discussing the Boston baked beans, and I was like, these beans, and it was like the weirdest, and nobody laughed but me. And we are everywhere.
good night.
I just like that story.
Here, last.
Yeah.
Before we get started, I know we keep segueing. Carmen, how was work function last week for you? Did it go well?
Oh yeah.
I went well. I have to get more confident because I say a lot of and so I just have to, like present myself better. It's I keep forgetting.
I keep forgetting we're not in love anymore. I keep forgetting things will never be the same again.
The scope of this company, you know what I mean? So it was like presenting to the CEO and COO like the plans for the HR department, and I was doing the introductions and like what the plans and the budget is for the department and all that stuff. So I just kind of have to like own my shit instead of like feeling like I'm like this little baby that's like stumbling, but I mean, I am, but like it'll come as I grow. Yeah.
The comment, is that a criticism of your boss or is that of yourself?
No, that's of myself because it was recorded and I watched myself and I was just like, wow, that's awkward.
You know what though? That's incredibly introspective, and that's you being vulnerable and you seeing that, you know what, holding myself accountable. This is what I want to do to get better. So I applaud you. Get after
Thank
it, girl.
you.
Watch Pete Williams on your fucking vacation. What is wrong with you?
With me?
It's incredibly introspective. You're so strong.
No, I said being vulnerable. So we had a meeting today about vulnerability, and it's just so funny. I'm like, oh, you're being vulnerable. Like that's a key thing of being vulnerable, and then you wins. No. But being vulnerable is just a sign of a good leader, of just
awesome.
Holding themselves accountable. And I'm just like, look at you doing that shit, getting after it, making that money.
And there are assholes too. But let's talk about them. Like, seriously.
Yeah, let's not talk about the assholes. All right.
Carmen, you're so strong for telling that story.
You're such a dick, Ash.
You know what? March is Women's History Month, so you better be nice to me.
I'm not even making fun of you. Hey,
I'm not even making fun of you.
But it's his month. It's his month right now, so. Oh, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. All right.
I mean, it's half his month.
Damn. It's the lower half. Looking at you, Stefan.
How does that turn into a dick joke?
With Ash, everything always does.